Hi, friends. My name's host Eric. I'm the host of Talking with Famous People. And I'm also somebody with a bit of a beef. You see, I have heard the name Steve Madden too many times in the last few days. When Rachel informs me she's buying a pair of shoes, that's the last I want to hear about it. Okay? I don't need her to have to follow up with me about her not being able to acquire the shoes that she purchased. I don't need to hear updates every couple of hours about how, oh, well, now they say meow, or now it's over there. I'm so worried about this. Okay, Steve Madden. So you're a major corporation. You got a store in the mall. We were gonna go when she originally bought it. It was gonna be a store pickup. I was gonna drive her to the mall in Topanga, and we were gonna go make a bit of a day trip out of it. She was supposed to be on a certain day and time, and then all of a sudden, no, we don't actually have it at that store after all. I know we sold it to you under the conditions that we had it at that store, but we actually don't. All right, well, fine, mail it to her then. So, Rachel, can you explain what's happened so far in the mailing process? I'm not exactly sure what.
So now, with the mailing process,
without getting to the today, but before this morning,
on November 6th, an email saying the package had been processed, the shipping label had been made, and that I was going to probably get the shoes at the end of November 7th, so the next day.
Okay. So at this point, now keep in mind, originally we were going to get them the next day, right?
Yep.
After you bought
Yeah.
But
I was like,
then
that's great.
That was an X, so we have to wait a little longer, fine. But we don't have to drive to Topanga, so whatever. Okay, fine. So now it's going to be just a couple of days after, right?
So then it went totally backwards and it said pending. So the shipping label has been made, but the shipment has not been made.
So, okay, now, at this point, I've heard about Steve Madden multiple times from Rachel because we were going to go to Topanga, but then now we're not going to Topanga. Now they're going to mail it to her. Now it's going to come on this day. And, secretly I might be thinking in my head, Rachel, you don't need to manage this. I'm sure they're going to manage to mail you your shoes. Okay? You don't need to keep so much track of this. They'll get your shoes. Just chill out. Well, they did say they're going to mail them, and they said they'd be there. Did they originally send you an email saying, yes, we have shipped them. They're going to be there on
the 7th.
On the 7th.
Yes.
And then it went back to pending.
Yep.
Now, did they announce to you that anything else about the shipping since then?
No.
But today we got a package that arrived from Steve Madden. Oh, good. They've successfully shipped her shoes in an envelope. Can you please give me the
sidetrack? This was part of my order, but it's the wrong part of my order. I didn't order these. I ordered hair clips, but I didn't order these hair clips.
Okay, so in addition to buying the shoes, she also got hair clips. So what they have mailed her today is the wrong hair clips.
Yeah.
So it's not like they sent her half of her order and we're still waiting for the other half. These aren't even the hair clips she ordered, Steve Madden.
How do you get that wrong?
Right now, I don't want to talk about Marxism. I want to talk about politics. I don't want to talk about I don't want to talk about cognitive functions. I want to talk about one of the sad realities of capitalism. Some companies do a shitty job, Steve Madden.
I think they had such it's like if you're gonna have a huge sale, you need to manage it well.
So she supposedly got a really good price on the shoes. That's the sort of thing women tell you, right? That goes in one ear and out the other. Normally, you go, okay, honey, that's great. You got a really good price on those shoes. It's like men don't normally listen to those things at all. And I wouldn't. There's zero chance in the world I would ever even remember or ever think of that statement she said again. No, I'm not bashing capitalism. I'm bashing this capitalist endeavor for failing to do it well.
Yeah, I mean, they're such a big brand. I've been wearing the Steve Madden shoes since '97.
Do you hear that, Steve Madden? She is a loyal customer, and you are. But most importantly, I mean, I'm sure that it's very bad for Rachel that she's not getting her shoes that she wants and her hair clips she wants. But worst of all, I have to hear about a woman's fashion brand multiple times.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's just been on my mind.
Rachel, it's fine. It's sort of a joke there. Yeah. Let me speak to the manager. Steve Madden, you get your manager into the autonomy room where I can scold him with my wagging finger. Okay.
I'm just gonna buy my shoes at Old Navy now. Literally.
David Simpson, did you hear a word I said? I do not want to talk about communists right now. We are currently bashing Steve Madden because why? Because they have messed up Rachel's order. They, it's like they want to get. I get it, Steve Madden. Shit's hard during COVID times, and so you're like, okay, we got to move some product here. And you put your shoes on sale, great, fantastic. But if you're gonna move product like that, you better sell stuff you actually have. Okay, don't be selling shit you don't possess. And then if you do mess it up, you should be like, okay, put somebody competent on this case because we don't want to mess it up any further. Yeah. Don't then double down and mail her the wrong hair clips. God, Steve Madden.
It's really bad. And like, it also has the name of the person who made the shipping label and everything. So I could literally call them and be like, excuse me, where the hell are my shoes? Like,
well, I guess that's a good way to hold themselves accountable.
I am.
You're going to call?
Yeah, I am. There's an 800 number. I'm going to call the store and be like, hi, I was supposed to get these shoes on the 7th. I haven't received them. What's up?
All right. Why don't we call them? Why don't we call them right now on the live?
Okay.
What do you think?
Can we call with your phone?
Yeah.
There's even, I'm telling you, there's a name of the person who shipped them too. I took a screenshot.
Okay, well, but I don't know if we want to throw her under the bus. She may just be some random Steve Madden employee. Yes, okay. Really I do not want to throw Steve Madden's employees specifically under the bus. I want the Steve Madden management to do that job for me. I don't want to be responsible for naming names of who fucked up because whoever shipped that, we have no way of knowing if they did their part of the job right.
She probably did.
Somebody may have handed her something and said, put this in this thing, and she did her job just fine. So we don't need to bust her chops specifically.
I just need to see where this package is.
Where's my girlfriend's package? Where is my girlfriend's package? Where are her shoes? Steve Madden. Now, I know they say any publicity is good publicity. I'm going to make a serious effort to make sure this is bad publicity for you, okay? I'm going to do my best so that you send her goddamn shoes so I don't have to think about this ever again.
Seriously.
All right. And when these shoes get here, they better be some pretty special shoes, okay? Let me tell you. I better be pretty impressed with these shoes.
Well, they're sexy.
Oh, I'm sure they are. Let's see here. What's going on my phone? I got to respond to that person. The typing session thing. Okay, so Steve Madden is in trouble. That's right, Running Fox. Steve Madden has gotten in trouble with host Eric, and we're going to call Steve Madden's 1-800 number.
It's the Fontana, California store.
Okay. And this is where when you bought it online, you bought it from?
Just the general site.
Okay.
So what it does is they ship from stores that actually have the shoe.
Okay, let me go to Steve Madden's. So you went to stevemadden.com or something?
Yeah.
I'm assuming we're not sending out notifications at the moment because there's only like 3 people here. It's unfortunate. I want Steve Madden's shame to be widely known. Let's see here. If they have like a contact us now kind of thing.
Oh, I think they probably do.
I'm going to go down to the bottom and see. Okay. 188 Madden. That's a good phone number.
That is.
188 Madden. One 888 S M A D D E N.
This conversation is recorded for quality assurance. Hello, and thank you for calling SteveMadden.com.
It's also being
Our
live streamed for
customer
quality
service
assurance.
specialists are ready to assist you. If you prefer, you can reach us via live chat between 9 a.m. and 10 p.m. Monday through Sunday Eastern Standard Time. In addition, emails sent to info@SteveMaddenDirect.com are usually replied to within 6 business hours. Please wait for the next available customer satisfaction representative to assist you. Thank you for calling. Someone will be with you shortly.
I hope so.
Hello, and thank you for calling Steve Madden. My name is Jack. How may I assist you?
Hi, just so you know, this conversation is being live streamed for quality assurance. Anyhow, I have heard the name Steve Madden too many times from my girlfriend lately, Jack. And that's because you guys are sending her the wrong thing and not sending her the thing that she ordered. She ordered shoes and hair clips. Today she received the wrong hair clips and still no shoes. We were supposed to be able to drive to the store and pick them up. This was like a week ago. This has been nothing but a nightmare since she bought these things online. Do you want her information?
Yes, certainly. If you can give me the order number, that would be great.
Sure. The order number is 22
22
40
40
338.
338.
Okay, thank you for that.
Yeah.
That's on Rachel La Pelosa.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me just 1 second to check this.
So, Genexiel, because I informed him that I'm live streaming, there's nobody can say anything about it.
Okay, I see here you have received your order.
She didn't receive her order. She received this morning hair clips, the wrong hair clips, and she didn't receive her shoes at all.
I understand. Okay, that seems, I mean, there's some way it's so frustrating.
Yeah, it's not really that frustrating, but no, it's not that frustrating to me. It's frustrating to her, and eventually it gets frustrating to me because she keeps complaining to me about it.
I can understand that, and we're so sorry for the situation. Let me see what I can do for the package to see where it is and what we can do. Please give me 1 minute.
Sure, no problem. Big time. Yeah, I'm not trying to be a dick to Jack here or anybody else. I'm just trying to get this thing solved, and this is not watch Eric beat up on some guy on the phone. That's not what this is supposed to be. I'm just trying to get this thing resolved. And if we can get her shoes and the right hair clips or whatever, then I have no reason to be mad at Madden. But right now they are interfering with my shit.
I feel bad because I
don't you feel bad. Don't you feel bad. Okay? I'm policing your feelings right now. Mm-hmm. It's muted, so Jack can't hear me. I've got the phone muted.
I feel like the shoes were on sale. Someone made the packaging and then by accident sold them.
That's possibly. Running Fox says, "Don't feel bad, Rachel. Your feelings matter and are valid too."
Aw, Thanks, Running Fox.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's been honestly. I wish it wasn't stressing me out because I don't like handling this sort of stuff. But it has been pissing me off. Like Steve Madden, are you fucking kidding me? Like they're a huge brand.
Well, this goes to show you that
Thank you for waiting. Can you please tell me what you received? What clippers?
what clip? Okay, can I see the
clips
clips that you did receive?
that I did receive?
Yeah,
Um,
and see if they have like a. Where did I put that envelope? There it is. Okay, and then let's see. The clips that she did receive are. Can you? It's called Ivory SMH619538.
that's what I received.
That's what she received.
What I ordered.
What she ordered was
Ivory one size. Hold on, I have that. Yeah, email.
Okay, I see what you have ordered here.
Oh yeah.
I'm just looking into a return label maybe for this. Maybe I can help you with that.
Okay.
so. Do you see the thing that she ordered is different than the thing that we got, or does it show that on your end?
No, I cannot see that. That's why I was asking. I don't know exactly what
I have the order number for the clips too.
Okay, so what's the thing that you actually did order, Rachel?
They're SMH 619539 Ivory.
Okay, so this is
Yes, I can see that.
This is 538 that she got instead.
Yeah.
This is
538. Okay.
She ordered 539 and she got 538.
Okay, so you want to exchange them, I believe.
Please.
Yes.
I can help you with that. Give me just 1 second. And also for the shoes, we have a standard shipping of 3 to 7 business days. They haven't actually passed.
Okay, so you mean they're still en route? Have they shipped?
Yes, we have a tracking number.
Okay, cool. Rachel, can you grab me a pen? You want to tell me what the tracking number is?
They should arrive. They should arrive as soon as possible. This week they should arrive. If they don't, please come back with a call.
Okay.
But meanwhile, I can help you with the return label for this. Let me see if we still have them in stock. Okay, we have them in stock. I can help you with a replacement order. And please send back the clippers.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a return label for that.
Okay, so you're going to email that to us and we print it out or what?
Yes, certainly. In just 2 to 5 minutes.
Okay.
I'm going to arrive an email.
And that's
Give me
going to
just a minute, please.
It's going to go to Rachel's email, right?
Yes, to the email from the order.
Okay. Do you like to eat Cheez-Its and horse craters? What? What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Do you like to eat Cheez-Its and horse craters?
I like Cheez-Its. Never had a horse crater.
I'm guessing that they're delicious though, horse craters.
Yeah.
Probably.
We saw some horse dung yesterday.
I mean, it's like we eat donkey craters all the time.
Yeah.
Horse craters aren't so weird.
No.
We did see some dung yesterday. We also saw some rodent dung of some
Yeah,
sort.
rhododendron, yeah.
Maybe a rabbit.
It could have been.
Yeah, it could have been a rabbit dung that we
saw
saw.
a rabbit too.
We did see a rabbit as well, yes. We went to I'm planning to
Okay,
post.
I just issued the return label. You should receive it within minutes.
Okay, cool.
Please send us within 15 days the clips, and we're going to. I'm going to place now the order for the right clips. You're going to get the shows. Just wait for this week. You're
Okay.
going to receive them.
All right, cool. Thank
So
you.
give me a moment to place the order.
Okay,
Give me just a moment to place the order.
no problem.
Thank you.
See, the thing is, this kind of stuff really stresses Rachel out a lot. The fact that she was having trouble with this order getting here, she was fretting about it. She's been fretting about it for days. Even though it seems like to me, like, they'll get here, whatever.
Oh, I
But the
know.
thing is, that's TE Polar.
Well,
It's
Right, and the thing is that they had the date for me. So they said it was the shipping label was May the 6th, and then that I would get them by the 7th. So it's like I had expectations.
well, you had expectations even before that you were going to be able to go get them from the store.
Yeah.
So
I'm just not going to be ordering from them again.
Rain Fox, I will always take over. It just requires Rachel to complain, I think 5 times. On the 5th time, I finally go, okay, fuck this. I'm dealing with this shit.
Yeah, like I walked in today and I was like, I didn't even get the right clips, and you're like, all right, this is time. We're making a live stream about it. Thank you. I appreciate it though, because this is the stuff that I've always had to handle on my own, or like, it just would never get solved.
Well, it's especially likely to happen when I can do some sort of thing that has to be done concurrently with live streaming. That makes it much more likely to happen.
Yes.
Imagine if the person Eric was talking to was clone. What do you mean? A clone of whom?
I'm going to help you with the shipping here and place it to the shipping, so you're going to receive sooner the clips.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's the least they can know.
Let's see here.
I know it's so dumb that like something so small. It's such a first world problem.
It's not
But
dumb.
it's just that like they're
It's-
so cute.
It's a TE Polar thing. It's like when you go to order something, it's stressful inherently somehow that you're gonna have to figure out how place the order, make sure it gets there, and there's some TE involved here. And then when it goes bad, it's like, oh my god, what's going on here?
Yeah, and like you said, like females love to get stuff on sale. I got a great sale on these shoes. They're sandals, so they were run down, but it's still like nice weather in California, so I'll be able to wear them for a while before winter comes.
Jared Seabricks, you want to know what's interesting here? Steve Madden Corporation has saddened Rachel by not sending her shoes soon enough or at all.
They
Really.
haven't. Yeah,
And,
at all. It makes me think that
and-
someone was like looked at them and was like, "Ooh, they cute," and
That's NIFE. She's got a conspiracy theory going on here.
this is driving me crazy.
Because she got such a good deal on these sandals, there must be a conspiracy to steal them from her. The mic's poppy? Okay, let me see what's going on with that. Is that better? Do you hear what I hear? A child, a stupid fucking child. Oh, 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 oh. That's how we always sang that song when I was a kid. My friends and I, maybe when I was 12 or 13 or something. Anytime we'd hear that song or anyone would sing it, was always the lyrics were a child, a stupid fucking child.
It's appropriate.
Does Cyborg P electrocute? No, I think they have the electrical components isolated from the wet components within the cyborg. I'm going to assume. Otherwise, it's poor design.
Thank you so much for your patience. I have placed the order. You're going to receive them within 2 days.
Oh, great. Well,
So that's probably good.
and we will send back those other clips today or tomorrow.
Of course. Can send them as soon as possible. I believe you received the return label.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Can I help you with anything else?
No, you've done a great job of helping me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the call, Ben.
Okay.
Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
All right. Well, at least their customer service is really good. So that I actually feel like some kind of like solace, so that if I don't get the shoes, I feel like they're gonna make it up to me in some way.
Yeah. Listen, we all get a little triggered when the conversation turns to Cyborg P. Nobody's disputing that. That's a controversial topic. The other possible title of this live stream was going to be "Let's Elect a Dog President." One thing that's become popular in small towns is to elect a dog mayor. They still have a city council, but instead of having one person officially be mayor on that city council, they just elect a dog mayor.
Is that like a 9 town?
I mean, there's more than one town in the U.S. If you Google it, there's a fair number of towns that have elected dogs as mayor. And one of them's right here in Southern California, in fact, up near Big Bear.
Oh, really?
And there was a town that elected a cat as well.
Cat?
I think a cat would do a good job as president.
Pee-pee would be great.
Maybe would. Maybe a dog would do a better job, but I'm concerned that a dog might be too friendly with the dictators.
Thank you. This is what I was thinking, is that Pee-pee would not stand that crap.
Right.
Especially if she had to go head-to-head with an ESTP. She's the supervisor, so she'd be like, "Oh, stand down."
She'd say, "Meow." And everyone would go, "The cat's right. The cat's right." You know what? Let's stop arguing and bickering with each other. Just listen to the cat. Did you hear what she said? She said, "Meow." Did you get that? And everyone's like, "Yeah, she's right. She's right."
Right.
It's actually with a K, Zandy. Okay, I'm sorry to have to correct you, but her name is spelled with a K.
It's the name of one of Eric's love interest? Not love interest, but like
a former
flame.
fling. Yeah, a former fling. Wow, that copy and paste though. Talkeetna, Alaska, was a cat who was the mayor of Talkeetna, Alaska from July 1997 until his death. Yeah, R.I.P. Talkeetna. Oh, Stubbs, that's the name of the cat. R.I.P. Stubbs. I gotta tell you though, that my cat would be a better mayor. When I saw my cat this morning, lying in bed with the covers over her, looking like a kitty pageant winner, I just wanted to elevate her on high and worship at her feet. She's such a good kitty. She really is.
She really is.
She's such she brings so much. She brings adorableness to us by the barrel load.
Seriously. I want to just tell it upon the mountains.
Mm. No problems, Andy. Yeah, with a K, and it means sweetheart in Hawaiian. It's a Hawaiian word. Cats are prima donnas, but dogs are easy. Both have cons. Maybe we should have a dual presidency with a cat and a dog. That would mean that, it wouldn't be easy for them to come to agreement because cats and dogs are always disagreeing with each other. It's well established that they rarely see things eye to eye. But together, as a team, they could make a great president.
She sleeps most of the day, or she's adventuring. She would give, I think, the world something to look at.
She's got 3 primary statuses. She's active doing something out and about, whatever she's doing.
Yeah.
Or she's sleeping, or she's grooming herself.
Yes.
Or eating. There's 4th thing.
She's a pageant winner.
Right.
I mean,
you don't remain a kitty pageant winner for that long without attending to your grooming.
Yeah.
She's a very good groomer.
I have to say, her coat, after we put the front line on, has been so silky.
Yeah, and she seems happier, huh?
Yeah, she does.
She was getting a little bit flea bitten. We put some front line on her. She's feeling better. Bye, Running Fox.
Bye, Running Fox. TTYL.
Say hi to Toby for me. Who's Toby? Oh, where? Maybe she's going to go see somebody named Toby. Wouldn't that be an amazing coincidence if, in fact, Running Fox were headed off to see somebody named Toby? You'd have to be like, wow, Eric, you really called that shit. The thing is this. Anytime anybody says they're going to leave from now on, I'm going to make a guess about where they're going. Someone survived after being frozen in absolute 0 temperature? What? That's silly. That's not possible. Is it? Eric, trying to send you an email, but my keyboard's kind of messed up. Wanted to ask if INFJs could get along with ESTJs. They're supposedly conflictors, but I've known one for a while and we get along. It depends on it depends on the nature of the relationship. So if it's a work relationship, and the ESTJ is in charge, you probably get along fine because ESTJs actually have rather low expectations of people. Like, it doesn't take a whole hell of a lot to satisfy them. You just gotta go along with their frame. So it's not like you don't want to live with one, but if you're at work and you don't really feel like setting the frame anyway, then you can get along with them fine. If you're schoolmates, for example, and you find some common ground about things other than things that aren't so TE oriented, like extracurricular activities or something, then that's totally conceivable. How's my dad doing? He's in quite a good mood this morning. And the things I guess I sort of used to have an ESTJ friend named Alarino. I haven't seen him in a while. I kept in touch with him, but the last time I hung out with him, it's like we had some conflict, and we haven't hung out since. Your granny is an ESTJ. My grandma was an ESTJ as well. My grandma and my dad saw eye to eye. And my mom, being an ISFJ, having been raised by an ESTJ, was often like kind of angry at my grandmother for just the inherent ontological pressure that an ESTJ puts on an ISFJ.
That's supervision too, right?
No. Yeah, that's right. They're the supervisors. What's the relationship between INFJ and ESTJ? Conflictor. Conflictors actually can get along quite well, is my experience. Of course, it's also not just the intertype relation. It's the reality that ESTJ is, Rachel, I'm just surprised you didn't spill it. Don't break it. Unfortunately, you didn't spill it, so it's good. You didn't break it. You just have to take this out first.
Okay. It was really hard to get out.
You don't have to worry, baby. I'm not upset. Okay? I'm not going to get upset about stupid tea shit. There's one thing my mom taught me early on in life. She's like, hey, it doesn't matter if you broke that, yeah? Shit happens. Accidents happen.
Yeah, see.
TE polar people understand that and are cool about shit like that, which is why it's good that I'm with a TE polar person because I break shit all the time. I'm like Captain Breaks a lot.
It's so nice that you have your mother is so sweet.
Once it's
coming.
out and then it's back.
Yeah, no, it's gonna get stuck.
It's there. And of course, the thing that's I think is that Rachel's very unaccustomed to having somebody share her values in this fashion. So she expects to get her chops busted. I expect to get my chops busted too. We both expect to get our chops busted. I think maybe it's just an intuitive thing, or it might be a 7 thing. I don't have my messages open on Quora. Let me see what to do about that. Quora. Quora. Messages. Hello, we will be moving to the new anonymity experience. I think I have my messages open. I mean, I see my messages. I haven't gotten one in a long time. I've got one. The last one I got was March 16th, 2017. So, but I don't see anything that says it's like closed or whatever. Let me look at settings.
Oh my god. There's a Quora that I answered from when I was in my manic phase, and I was basically going off on Trump, and I called I was like, oh, by the way, Mike Pence is a cock. He is, though.
Mike Pence is a cuck, huh?
Yeah. He is. His mom, his wife dictates everything he does.
God damn my W. Create an account password.
Cool. I got the confirmation for the right clips.
This is one of those things that I signed up with my old email address. I don't know. I can't remember my password for this. Let me go look in. See if I can figure out my password from if Google saved it. It's never saved. Well, how am I always logged in then? I don't know. Problem is, it's with this old Yahoo email address that I have forwarding to my new address, but I'm not sure if it's going to get there because they sent me an email not that long ago saying I need to log into it or they're going to stop meowing the meow. This is the kind of TE shit that I fucking hate. You know?
Yes.
It's like I can't change my email successfully because I have to be able to log into my old email, and it's just like, fuck off thing, you know?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, my messages are on. My messages are totally on. Count. I don't know. That's too hard. I give up.
The doctor said he sent over all the refills for all of them, so.
Okay, cool. We'll go get that. No, I'm not creating a new account. I'll figure it out. I might actually get the email forwarded through Yahoo email. I do sometimes get those. I could try to log into that, but so what do I do when somebody wants to have a typing session, they don't have PayPal, and they say, I'm not at all tech savvy, and I need step-by-step instructions if I have to set up a PayPal account? And it's like, should I just, I don't even know what to do, though. I mean, that's the only way I accept money. You don't know what to study? You still have to go to uni, etc. Lauren McGinley, uni is a time for you to explore yourself, to learn who you are, to figure out what all the state capitals are. Lauren McGinley studies geography. So like freshman year, she mostly spent working on memorizing the state capitals. Sophomore year, she learned to distinguish the continents from one another. And then junior year, she learned about capital cities of other countries. And then senior year, she wrote a thesis about Antarctica, the continent nobody knows about.
I think someone should write a thesis about Capillo.
I think so too. Are you planning to be a cartographer? It's not that kind of geography. Yeah, I actually asked her about it. It's not more like sociology than geography. I think geography is a poor name for what she's studying. Because if we all think about geography from our own childhoods, we probably, if you're an American, think about the state capitals. That's what as soon as somebody says geography, I think state capitals.
That's what you think?
About geography, yeah.
Oh my god, that is hysterical.
It's like, what else do you learn in geography? Like, okay, well, you learn like where this country is and where that country is or something.
You learn and then you have to learn. I remember when I think of geography, I think of Africa because I had the hardest time learning the African continents.
Do they make you learn? They make you learn all the countries in Africa?
Yeah.
Ish.
I failed that class.
Look, we all know geography fine. Greenland's up there really big near the top. Antarctica's down near the bottom. Europe's over there on the right. America's over here on the left. Africa's below Europe. South America's below America. Canada is up above us.
You know what's funny about geography is that, so my sister's moving to Serbia. And everyone, including us, thought it was a place in Russia, Siberia. So everyone thinks that she's like traveling to Siberia, and they're like, why would you want to go there?
Yeah, no, not Siberia, it's Serbia.
Yeah.
That's a very dyslexic problem. Legends Fall, I thought exactly the same thing.
What?
You and I had thought, he said, setting up PayPal is easier than falling down. Probably TE Polar, they can't figure it out. I thought exactly the same thing.
Sorry if I'm TE.
You know, baby, no, that's what I'm saying. Your TE polar is great because you and I both have the same perspective that my mom had, which is it's not okay to bust someone's chops for an accident, you know?
No, and that's why you were so nice with the person over the phone. Like, I know I would have had more sass. I would have been like, I pay for these shoes, blah, blah, blah. I know he said 7 days. It's going to be 7 days tomorrow.
Oh, you'll try to be patient. I understand your impatience as well. There are some times when I order things and it's like, whatever, and I'm surprised when it gets here. Oh yeah, that's right, I ordered that. And other times I order something, I'm like, I want it now, I want it now, I want it now.
No.
So, Eric, would you blow an executive for a lucrative position? No. Because I mean, like, first of all, I'm not seeking a lucrative position. That's not how I decide what like what I want to do or whatever. It's it'd be a more challenging question if you were to say, would you blow someone to be president? Well, that's a more challenging question because the amount of impact is so large that I could have a positive impact that, you know,
Is this
I'm sure
more of a hassle?
I'm sure the taste of cum in my mouth would leave shortly, you know, soon enough. I have typed Magnus as ISTP. I think Magnus is an ISTP. But I have no idea, really. I've never talked to the guys.
Hi, guys.
It's just speculation. Oh!
What happened?
He's not doing shit. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I don't necessarily know if ISTPs would be particularly good at chess, but it wouldn't shock me with the 5th slot TE. I mean, INTJ makes the most sense to be a chess champion. I think chess is INTJ's game.
Yeah, I do too.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that only INTJs are going to be the best at it. Just like debate is in the ENTP's game. But INTPs and INTJs are also very good at it and can kick our ass sometimes, you know? So,
ENFPs can be pretty good at it too.
Debate?
Not debate, chess.
Chess? Okay.
My dad liked playing chess a lot. He didn't say he was good, but there's potential for an INTJ to meet an ENFP playing chess.
I would marry a psychiatric Eurotractor for that position. I would juggle 15 cats and 17 lava llamas for that position. What's a psychiatric Eurotractor? I'm curious about what that is. So the thing is, Eric would like a website to have for typing people or YouTube's good enough. Good morning, too. The thing about the website issue is I am not convinced it's even possible for me to come up with a test that I would feel is reliable. It would have to have a success rate of at least 85 or 90% for me to like charge people for it. If I don't charge people for it, then it's just serving presumably to, I guess I could do it as a way of generating business for typing sessions. Say, according to these results, remember, take these with a grain of salt because of these following factors. If you want to be sure, you can always hire me to type you. That might be a good idea, but I don't. I mean, that's a big undertaking, and it is something I've considered. It's a big undertaking, and it's also a very NITITEFE any tricky thing. So it's like you got to have a test that's short enough that people want to take it and engaging enough that people feel like, it's worth taking it. That's short enough also that the parsing out of the results isn't an impossibly big programming thing. Because, it's like if I were going to make a test that didn't involve me talking to people, it would have a rather complicated grading metric. So, for example, if I were going to do ordinals, it would have to keep track of something like absolute and instrumentality. And it would have to factor in instrumentality or absolute in terms of determining slot, as well as just strength of preference or whatever. The reason those tests get it so wrong often is because people have two kinds of values and they answer questions differently about each of those kind of values. So I'm going to ultimately answer questions about TI that reveal that it's instrumental rather than absolute if I'm completely self-aware and honest in answering questions. But those tests are invariably going to think that those answers, even if they understand cognitive functions well, are indicative of countervaluing TI or backslot TI or something simply because I'm revealing that it's actually just an instrumental value. So you have to, it's like the test to have a multiple choice test or something like that works right, you would have to have a way to manage all of that shit. Like it's complicated math to figure out how to turn what I'm doing intuitively and with my extroverted intuition and stuff when I'm talking to people. Then it's a big challenge. I've been thinking about it for years, actually. I've been thinking about how to standardize a test that doesn't require me to talk to people. Yes, Sean got a wrench. Mostly because he said that he could help me try to get onto like a podcast or something, get interviewed by a podcast.
Cool.
I thought, that ENFJs have no fear when it comes to approaching somebody and talking to them and trying to whatever.
No,
they have no fear
really
at all.
Don't.
I'm a little skittish about that shit. I'm effing skittish. So
am I.
I get a little scared about going up to somebody and randomly in public and asking them if I can interview them. Because I know that it requires taking that. If I'm going to do that, if I'm going to go someplace and start interviewing people,
I'll help you with that.
I've got to go, okay. Remember, Eric, you're going to have like 4 people tell you no before you find somebody who says yes.
Since we're doing it as a team, I can help you with that.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
But I mean, the thing is, I don't normally go out in the public to interview people much anymore.
No.
What I'm trying to get accomplished now is actually, horse mom was rad. It actually raised my profile. So you were typed by Eric as an ESTP and you remind him of his daughter, but you were not typed by Eric as an ESTP because you remind him of his daughter. Okay?
Correct.
You were typed by Eric as an ESTP because you are an ESTP. Your TI is clearly second slot, and you're clearly NI and not NE. So TI second slot or first slot, but you're not first slot because you're pretty clearly not an INTJ. So I mean that would be the thing is you're clearly not FI. You're TI second slot or first slot. So you're not an INTJ. You could in theory be an INTP. No, you're not. You don't have NE. So that makes you an ESTP. In theory, you could say, well, same quadra as INFJ, ENFJ, ISTP, but you're not in any of those three. You are a well, David Grandam, I mean, when you say you interview people all the time, you don't take no for an answer. I'm not sure we're talking about the same kind of interviewing thing. What I'm saying is I used to go out into the world and randomly approach people in public and say, hey, can I can I talk to you on camera about what's going on right here? Maybe a show or a party or some gathering of some sort. That in that case, when you're approaching people randomly, sort of like cold calling them, so to speak, you will get introverts who don't want to be interviewed on camera, and you have to just accept that that's the reality of
Doing that alone is difficult. I have.
it. It would be a lot
with this,
easier
yeah.
with you, With the teammate, it's going to be a lot easier. So that's the reality of it. If you're asking to record and publish an interview with some random person at an event, a lot of people are privacy fetishists.
Yeah.
You know, you ask an INTJ that question, and they think that you might be a representative of the government here to try to reveal things about them. And
So true. They'll do like this whole search on you. They'll go home and be like,
right. And that's one of the great things about being so transparent. Being so transparent and being so like not worried about privacy and such tends to make people feel comfortable, because there's a lot of people who feel more comfortable when they know more about you than you know about them. That's not the case with me at all. I to be perfectly honest, I'm not really ever thinking about you and like, oh well, what's their deal? What's they're all about? I'm assuming, operating on the fundamental assumption that you're cool and we're just here to hang out and chat or whatever. And then periodically people belie that assumption, but I'm not worried about like relying on my knowledge too much. That assumption is a form of knowledge, right? If you're a knower, knowledge is an investment in something that you're gonna have a hard time moving away from, because it's knowledge. It's not a conditional possibility. Since I'm not a knower, I can operate on those kind of assumptions without really much risk, because I'm expecting to always adapt on the fly to what's going on and not have to know. And when things do require me to know a lot in advance, it's frustrating.
now everyone, we should take away some of the wrenches and then, rotate.
See, this. You see, Sean?
No,
I'm gonna.
What he was saying.
I am going to just stick with my guns here on Sean, because for utilitarian reasons, for my own personal agenda reasons. So, what I am going to say is no. Sean's going to stay with a wrench, and I'm not changing wrenches around. I'm not handing out any wrenches. I wasn't saying you were saying anything.
Oh.
So this is the sort of stuff that happens when wrenches become an issue again, as they do anytime anybody gets a wrench.
I got a wrench because that's how Eric and I announced to people that I was his love interest, or
I thought this is the equivalent of Glenn Gould's film idea, which is, it's not really a very good idea, but it sort of consumed me at the time. I thought it would be funny to insist that Rachel LaPalosa was the only one qualified to be a moderator because of her extreme moderator skills, and then maintain that position for a few days before she showed up in Los Angeles and say, surprise, it's really because she's my girlfriend. I just thought that would be hilarious. Now, I actually don't think it was that funny. It turned out it wasn't really that funny. And
people were more shocked.
Well, and my little meta joke there just seemed to be washed away by the reality of things, which was, hey, Eric has a new girlfriend and she's here in Los Angeles with him. Yeah. So who cares about his wrench joke?
Yeah, that would totally run under the bridge.
So anyway, after one person got a wrench, Legends Fall. That's a good point. See, Sean's a real committed talking with famous person, because he's like, whatever I got to do to get a wrench.
Yeah. And, honestly, a podcast thing is a great idea. I think you're made for a podcast.
Sure. You know, it's like if any big YouTube channel that interviews people would interview me, I'm quite certain it would go very well.
Yeah.
And we could have a long, interesting conversation. I can have a long, interesting conversation with just about anybody. The Wicked Wrench of the West? No, but she was maybe second or third, Curious Cara. But prior to Rachel, the only reason anybody has any wrenches at all is because I wanted to make that wrench joke.
Yeah, I was the first one to have a wrench. No one else. He didn't have a wrench before.
Prior to that, I was like, no moderators.
Yeah,
I don't need them. I can moderate myself.
Yeah.
It turned out I actually do need a couple of moderators. And like yesterday when I was trying to live stream and I was also trying to concurrently police WTF and Dialectic Evolution, I appreciated it when Winston's mom jumped in and hid their comments for me so I didn't have to do it, you know? So that I do need a couple of wrenchers, but my original plan was I don't need any moderators. I just moderate myself. I don't trust moderators' judgment. I trust my own judgment. But the thing is, it turns out I can, in fact, trust moderators' judgment.
Yeah.
And almost never do I find a moderator, overreaching around here. Maybe it's because of the moderators I picked. You know, generally they sort of wait for me to go, okay, this person's no longer worth protecting their expression rights. You know, because I tend to prioritize inherently everybody's right to come and express themselves as they see fit, and my ability to communicate meaningfully with them. So even if they come in adversarial, that they can leave uncertain, undecided, maybe.
Yeah.
That's the first video you ever watched was INFJ dichogamy.
What'd you think of it, Swift Eagle? What were your thoughts or notes? What your takeaways?
Yes, Zandy, it should be mentioned when we're talking about wrenches that at one point Hambone led a wrench revolution to get rid of all the wrenches, I think. And
poor Hambone.
I think I took away one wrench and then there was a counter revolution to give that person back their wrench or something.
It was
wrenches are a fucking disaster.
I remember that. I know who it was. That was crazy. And then you finally did. It was Barget Farget. Yes. She was so upset. She was like, give me a wrench, give me a wrench, give me a wrench, give me a wrench. And then she saw that you had given it to someone else. And then there was Hambone was like, done with them. Hambone, I feel so bad about your job.
Maybe he can get his job back at the butcher shop.
Okay.
Probably. Because the thing is, he didn't lose.
He said he couldn't.
Did he?
He said he's like, I left there to.
But he didn't actually say he couldn't go back.
Oh, okay.
I think he just inferred that. What's up with the wrench talk? Well, because, it's been. Wrenches they cause. This is the thing. When you divide people into different classes of people, you have problems. It's just like with COVID. We've been divided into essential people and non-essential people. They say workers, but what they mean is people, really, because they're saying you don't get to live a regular life where you go to work and earn money because you're not essential. You get to go to work and earn money and live a regular life because you're essential. And I said, no, we're just talking about the work. No, a person and their work are not that separate. It's like if I were in the middle of like the kudos coaching time and again, usefulness, Curious Kyra. In both those instances, we're talking about usefulness. David Sanderson is the most useful person I've ever had around here. Which is and he's not super useful. It's just that everybody else is totally useless, which is fine. I don't expect you to be useful. I am not here for to take advantage of other people's utility. It's like not at all. I do not expect you to be useful, but I also recognize that people who make themselves useful enough, at some point, it becomes exchange, right? So you got to give a little to get a little. And since they're insisting on being useful, and I'm not encouraging it, but they persist in being useful, well, then fuck it. Okay, cool. We're gonna be productive, huh? Okay, great.
I want to post on the community board a picture of Katie under the covers.
Sure, let's do it. Is it? And
it should be in Google Photos. Yeah.
I did get some nice photos.
You really did.
But this is my favorite one of all of the photos.
I'm so sorry that I.
You what?
Whatever.
Oh, that's right. You
Yeah,
posted
I
one
posted
that was.
before.
Yeah. I remember.
Did you see that one? I posted.
This is pretty
It was
great.
so great. Sandy was like, when Gandalf visits Mexico.
Andy, that's hilarious.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
That's NI genius.
Yeah,
there.
that really was.
You know, you put if we put that on the picture itself. I think I might do that. And then post it on the community tab.
Yeah.
You got yourself a meme there, Zandy.
Yeah, you got
like all of a sudden, what was a funny picture becomes a way more memey thing that like Mexicans can send to each other and go, "Hi, hi, people are awesome. We like to pull things with the burros."
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's great.
It is.
But I don't see the picture you're talking about.
Wait. Okay. That is so weird. Okay, hold on.
Rachel, let me go back to Rachel's photos. Rachel's photos. Wait, this is Rachel's photos.
Yeah.
Oh, this is yesterday. Maybe try sharing it with me.
Yeah.
I could put on auto save maybe.
I'll share them both and let you choose.
Okay. This is a nice picture of Kitty on the railing you got here too.
Thanks. Yeah. Right? Her eyes are just like glowing.
Kitty on the railing. Kitty on the railing.
Oh, she really is a kitty pageant winner.
She really is.
Okay, so I feel like that's like another thing between us. Like, there's like, since we share so much, it would be so hard for us to like you would know if something was going on.
Oh yeah, there's no chance that either of us are leading a secret life.
No.
Right,
okay, so let me go to Google Photos.
Let me get this wizard one too.
Today.
Yep. Oh, that's already downloaded.
Send. And then. Okay.
You know, you could also put here to make it a typological thing. Maybe I'm going to do this, even though it's not as good as what Zandy said. It's more suited, more typological. Let's say, you know, Mexican ENFP. Oh,
Mexicans watch Harry Potter.
How Mexicans watch Harry Potter is pretty funny.
I feel like that would be like
that's pretty racist.
Yeah, that's why
that's
I'm
some
like
good funny racism there, though. I like it.
Oh, sorry, I feel really bad.
I mean, but no, why you should never feel bad for good NI.
Harry Potter. It's just such a good photo. Okay, so I've shared the photos with you.
Okay. Why no today?
Yeah.
Though? Where's today?
I sent it to you, like, in. Here, I'll try to do it again.
Okay, so I have strong opinions about those Percy Jackson books. Okay, so that was not the problem. And I do not want to actually save all of your photos to my photos like I set it up as. This one?
Or that one, yeah, I was saying.
This is such a kitty pageant.
Oh my
picture.
gosh, isn't it?
Well, I don't know which one I like better. Maybe.
See, I feel like that one you get like the full effect
Yeah,
of.
I think so. It's like my instincts are normally to go, well, that's a more close up one, but this I think is actually better. I think you're right about that.
Like, look how that is like a Pinterest kitty right there.
Pinterest kitty. That's high praise. When you're really good, they call you Pinterest kitty.
Yeah.
No, not that one. This one. Okay. I want everybody to please take a look at the most pageant-winning kitty in all of human history.
Aww.
The one, the only, the kitty pageant winner, Capio Strauss. Here she is.
In all her glory.
In so much glory. Between winning kitty pageants,
Aww.
Theo enjoys relaxing at home. It's like
so
a
true.
People magazine. Like People magazine kind of caption.
Exactly. Inside life.
What a kitty pageant winning kitty pageant winner.
I didn't know that kitties like covers on them. She does though. She was so warm.
I must have accidentally tossed the covers on her when I got out of bed.
Yeah, you did.
There you go. There's our kitty pageant winning kitty pageant winner. If you look at that picture and you think that cat's not that attractive, you've got no taste in cat looks.
Yeah.
If that's what you think, you've got
I
no
have to say,
taste
I
in cat
agree with
looks at
her.
all.
Yeah, you have no taste in cats. You never watched? Harry Potter's pretty great. I'm not gonna lie. I really enjoyed watching the movies. The fourth one is the best, right? That was the fourth one? Yeah.
I think
third.
the third one is one I liked best anyway, which was
Where
the
he...
one with the time.
Yeah.
The girl gets the time thing.
Yep, and he saves her from, like, they paused the time with his wand. That was so good.
Yeah, the third one's great.
Yeah.
That's been bitten too many times.
Lord of the Rings is great, too. We also binge watched that. Where's my little thing? Like a chain smoker.
Well, that's what lungs are for. For drug smoke and good toast. Bam, ba, bam, 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 bam. That's what lungs are for. The thing about Percy Jackson, those books, whoever wrote those books, is a terrible writer. This is who that writer reminds me of. Their writing style. L. Ron Hubbard. L. Ron Hubbard writes terrible fiction. Like, it's terrible in the same way that the Percy Jackson books are terrible fiction.
Keep shining. Oh, jeez.
Thanks, Smooth Like Shark Dick. You have good tasting cats. If you look at the link I put, I'll put it here again. If you look at it and you think, that's not that attractive of a cat, then you have no taste in cats. You got no taste in cat looks.
You're not a cat person.
You don't have any business being a judge of a kitty pageant.
Yes, and you cannot judge a kitty pageant.
If you don't see that cat and you go, now that's a kitty pageant winner, then you have no business being a judge on a kitty pageant.
Think of it like, when Kendall Jenner, she's out there, she's modeling, and then she's on her Instagram, she shows a picture of her covered up. That's our kitty. She's a kitty pageant winner. She is also a free spirit. She likes to roam around a lot. She also gets into scuffles. She can stand up for herself. And she's also angelic and sweet and the best kitty we could ever ask for.
She's like one part, who's that Asian lady who was in Charlie's Angels?
Lucy Liu.
She's like one part Lucy Liu, one part Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
And one part, who's a sweet actress. Like Drew Barrymore is like ISFP.
Yeah.
But she's also, Pia also has her sweet side. Kind of an ISFJ sweet side. So
Gwyneth
Paltrow. So she's 1/3 got the badassness of Lucy Liu, 1/3 the kind of dumb bimbo-iness of Drew Barrymore, and 1/3 the sweetness of, what did you say again? What was the third one again?
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Leslie Jones is sweet? Okay.
Is she sweet?
I don't know who that is.
Is she sweet? I feel like I want to look on my Drew Barrymore. It's just I can't do that list.
I was on a date with a dude, and he had that book as his house. He had that book as his house? What book? How do you have a book as a house? Oh, at his house. He got it from a dude I used to hang out with at one point. So I ended up getting the first guy's book from the second guy. Interesting. So he slept with one dude. That first dude's book ended up at the second dude's house. And he slept at the second dude's house. And he went through the book. Did he know that you had already fucked the first guy?
You know how they say, like, INFJs, they have this grace, and then they'll, like you'll see them walking down the street, and they look so graceful, and then all of a sudden they, like, trip over something. That's me with smoking weed. I feel like I look put together. And then
so maybe giving you that guy's book was his way of saying that everything about that guy's taste is shitty. I don't even want his book. Maybe,
Yeah.
There's a book I want to order. It's a book that Horseman recommended to me. And there's one more thing I want to do. I would like to encourage everybody here to do it too. What's a number 10 envelope?
What?
A number 10 envelope. Is it just a regular envelope? Is it like a letter size envelope? Let me Google it.
Why?
Because I'm going to recommend everybody do this. If you buy one of those new Android phones, Google is giving out a periodic $5,000 to, like, I don't know, every 1,000 customer, every 10,000 customer or something. But the nature of the laws in the United States mean you can enter this contest by a mail-in entry. And I think they're going to give quite a few $5,000 prizes. So I'm going to recommend to everybody that you do the free entry to the Google $5,000 giveaway contest. You just need a number 10 envelope.
Why not?
A 3x5 card and postage. That's all you need.
That's easy.
It's easy, right? So
that's how Steve Madden should do it. We just schooled Steve Madden.
3x5 card. Like, is this 3x5?
That's an index card, yeah.
So I could probably just, but is it 3x5? I know it's an index
I
card.
don't know.
See, that's another
That sounds-
FE tool thing, right? Rachel, I asked her, is this a 3x5 card? She says, it's an index card. It's a way of answering me on point, but not having to say, I don't know. And also being positive about this thing, right? So it's like, well, it is an index card. Yes, Rachel, it is an index.
And I can't measure it by looking at it because I'm TE polar.
Of course, me asking, and nobody can measure by looking at it. Me asking you if this is a 3x5 index card is ridiculous because how would you know? I don't know. You don't know. We haven't measured it. So there's that too. Let me get a measuring. Yeah. Here's a measuring. Yeah. See, this is 4 by 5. Okay, cool. 4 by 5. So what that means, I can make this 3x5 by cutting an inch off the bottom. Now I've got a 3x5 index card. That was the thing that was really holding me back. Was I don't know if we have any 3x5 index cards. I'm sure we have a number 10 envelope inside, but I don't know if we have any 3x5 index cards. Well, now I can make one easily enough.
Yeah.
Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to find that thing I was looking about that explained about how to enter this thing. And I'm going to put the link so everybody can also enter it. And if one of you guys wins, then I'm going to assume that you stole my win from me. So I'm going to expect from you at least a $20 super chat. Okay. If you win. Let's see.
I was thinking about TE and how I use FE as a workaround for TE. Like, your dad had spray painted the chairs and all the railings, and there was like this glossiness to them. And I was like, oh, they look really, to myself, I was like, oh, they look really nice. So I was like, I'm going to mention it to your dad since he put the time in. And I'm like, oh, the chairs and the railings look really nice. He's like, well, they had to be done. And I was like, okay.
They look really nice. Well, they had to be done.
Yeah. And then he was like, oh, thank you. Like when he realized that I was like really like actually impressed with how they looked, then he was like,
Okay. You don't necessarily have to buy a Pixel 5G. Instead, you can simply send a 3x5 inch card with your hand printed name, mailing address, email address, telephone number, and date of birth by mail to a P.O. box address in New York to enter the sweepstakes. Why would you?
that's so sketch.
Why would you? There's nothing sketchy about this article. It's totally legit. But
No, not the article.
But why would you write this whole article and not put the address in there? The last article I read about this had the address.
Wait, it only says
It just says a P.O. box in New York. It doesn't.
No.
It doesn't say what the actual number is. Isn't that ridiculous?
that is.
God damn it! Pixel 5G contest.
A contest.
We're giving away. Actually, only I think 5 prizes. So there's not that many prizes, but another one I just looked at. God damn, I just looked at that one.
For sure. That's what cats are for.
Meow meow meow. Meow meow meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow meow. That's what cats are for. All right, here it is. I got it. I'm going to just put this right here, and I'm going to link to it. I'm just going to put the instructions right here. So I'm going to meow the meow, and I'm going to paste it into Notepad because I know it's going to be too many characters, but all at once. And then, yeah, I'm going to put into the meow. And then the other half of it, which is right here. I'm going to follow these instructions so hard. Follow the hell out of these instructions. Now look, 2 of the winners will additionally get an extra couple of grand as tax intended, but not required to be used as tax offset. It's not a bunch of TE. All you got to get is one of these, a number 10 envelope, regular business size envelope. Why do you know where I live now? That's not where I live. I don't live at the Google P.O. box. All you got to do is, mail one of these things with it inside of a number 10 envelope with your name, address, telephone number, email address, date of birth. And then on the front upper left-hand corner of the envelope, you got to write your return address, handwrite your return address. You got to handwrite everything and mail it to a P.O. box. And you've got a chance to win $5,000. And if you do win $5,000, you additionally have another chance to win an additional $2,000. Well, it's just how you enter the Google 5G contest. Google. They put it in your Google Pay account, though. So I think you might have to have a Google Pay account as well. But if you win, they'll probably set you up. I mean, you set it up then. I'm sure it's fine. The money goes into your Google Pay account. But if you win the additional $2 grand, that would come as a check in the mail. Because I don't know why, but that's what this says. They can have my privacy for free. They can have all my privacy. I want them to have as much of my privacy as they want because I want them to know all about me and tell other people about me. I'm not worried about my privacy.
I want to get my nails done with Delilah, but I don't want to get claws.
You get whatever you want.
Yeah, like I would get rainbow. Like I would get red, orange, yellow, green, blue.
If I have any preference at all, it would just be to say, I think those super long fingernails are silly.
I can't work with them.
So
I'm polar.
But I think you guys would have a great time doing something together.
Yeah.
That'd be great. And totally. Get whatever nails you want, obviously.
Cool. Yeah, no. I was just looking at her friend's like craft work, and she's really good. Like,
Andy wants to know what you think about jelly nails.
I think jelly nails are cool. I don't know much about them. It's been a while since I got my nails done. I don't really know. See, last time I got fake nails, like acrylic nails, was 2001 for my junior prom. And it took so long to grow out, and like I felt them. Like my nails felt different. I didn't like how they felt on me. So ever since then, I just get the basic mani-pedi. It lasts for 2 weeks, and then it chips off. How do you feel about the jelly nails? Do they last longer?
Nympha, my privacy is worried about your public coagulation. My mediocrity is worried about you. Okay, well, coagulating publicly is always embarrassing because it typically is preceded by you bleeding publicly. I've never done jelly nails as well. I've done jam nails. I've done preserves nails, but not jelly. We will sell you Diamond. What are you going to sell Diamond? Are you guys doing drug deals on my live stream? That'd be cool. Yeah, I've done jelly snails. Jellied snails are absolutely delicious. But jellied nails, they're still quite hard. You know, you can jelly a piece of iron as much as you want. It doesn't really make it easy to chew. Anyone ever tried selling you stuff in here? No. I mean, if they were to come in here and try to sell stuff, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't try to sell it to me. They'd probably try to sell it to the people in the chat because it'd be like, a door-to-door salesman in the internet age, I guess. How about garden snails? Garden snails are just a jellying away from being jellied. Now, if you really want to eat your snails properly, though, obviously you want to eat deviled snails. At my presidential inauguration party, we're going to have a very small amount for some very select guests, we're going to offer a few deviled grapes. They're very difficult to make because you've got to very carefully peel off the peel, devil the inside of the grape, put it back in the peel, put it back together. Okay. And if you do it properly, it looks like you haven't touched the grape, a perfect grape. When you eat it, you realize, oh my God, this has been deviled. It has mayonnaise mixed in with the grape. So for a select few VIPs, we'll get to enjoy some deviled grape salad. And of course, everything else that we serve at the inauguration will be deviled. So I think we're gonna have deviled roast beef, where you take a whole a prime rib or something, right? You very carefully remove the outer layer of it. You devil the inside, and you put the outer layer back around it. We're also gonna have deviled lettuce. That's incredibly difficult to make. You have to very, very carefully peel off the most outer membrane of the lettuce, devil the inside part, put it back in, and very, very carefully put the outer membrane back on. So this is a very labor-intensive dinner, and the reason is because I want to create American jobs. I want to create good jobs in America. You know, America can be the leader in deviling technologies. Right now, we already enjoy a head start in the world of deviling, and we could become the world leader in deviled foods. It's one of the most underutilized food techniques in the world. I can only think really of one thing that's conventionally deviled right now. Number one answer on the board. What food is most often deviled? You don't answer, Rachel, because I know you know the answer.
I'm not.
Number one answer on the board. Does anybody know? There's only one answer. What is the most commonly deviled food? Eggs is right. Sean, you got the bonus question right. You got the whole $1,000 that your family has put together here on the Family Feud. And you're going to get a chance to compete for $10,000 after these messages. Alan M., you hit the buzzer too late. You were right, but you hit the buzzer too late. Eric, what's the answer to my question if there is one? Let's see what the question is. I enjoy parsing a lot of mental puzzles. Would an INFP enjoy that like I would? Yeah. My friend Liz is like that. She's Liz and I had some brutal chess games, and she almost always beat me. if not always.
That reminds me of
It's also the case that Liz is unbeatable at Connect 4. I've never seen
Really?
any. And she's a fucking like god at it. I've never seen anybody beat her, and she's played a lot of different people.
Wow, I would love to play her in Connect 4.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
You know, I bet if I were to suggest, it's a solved game. By the way, what does that mean? Like tic-tac-toe? So if played exactly right by both people, it's always a tie, or what? Or the first person will go. The person who goes first always wins, or what? Like, what's the ultimate meow of that? Because I've never seen her lose, regardless if it's a solved game, and I've never seen her.
That's bananas.
And it's not like she ties. I don't remember if I've ever seen her tie or not. I don't think so. I don't think you can tie in that game. I've never seen anybody tie.
Yes,
you can.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you can tie, then I think what Sean's saying is if both people play it perfectly all the way through, then it's always a tie.
I was the head counselor for 3 years, and we played a lot of Connect 4. So I'd like to play against her. I'm not a good strategy. I don't know about chess. My dad has taught me a little bit about it. Like who you want to protect. Like you want to protect your queen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's pawns, there's knights, king, and popes.
Mm-hmm.
The pawns are the ones you can get rid of like easily. The knights get to move in a different direction.
Okay, so it's. Do you remember how I asked Sean what that meant exactly? The answer is not that you tie every time both people play perfectly. It's that if you have the first move, you win every time. If you play perfectly within 41 moves.
Okay, so we're playing. We're going to play Connect 4 against Liz and
Sure.
have it fair. I play first once, she plays first once.
Okay, cool.
Let's see if that works.
So, of course, it also says that chess is a solved game. So, being a mathematically solved game doesn't mean that functionally it's not a competitive endeavor, right? I mean, it's on that lit. It's in the article you sent me, Sean. You sent me the article on solved games. It said the mathematically proven winning strategy for 14 of the most popular games, and it has here Battleship, Chess 1, Chess 2, Chess 3, a coin toss, Connect 4, Diplomacy, Jeopardy, Monopoly 1, Monopoly 2, Monopoly 3, Monopoly 4, Pac-Man, The Price is Right, Rock, Paper, Scissors, Scrabble, Texas Hold'em. Texas Hold'em can't be a solved game. This is a beautiful picture. This is complete map of optimal tic-tac-toe moves. Map for X, map for O.
Whoa.
What a cool picture. Let me put a link to it.
There's this picture of the Kardashians in like some tropical area, and they're swan diving into the ocean, and someone wrote, "Who the hell dives into the ocean like this? They're diving headfirst into sand. Like, really though? There's no wave. It's just I'm wondering the same thing. Like, how the hell did they end that photo?
What, are they diving into the ground or what?
Yeah, no, they're like, okay. So here's the sand, and here's the placid water, and they're swan diving into it. But like, what are you diving into? Like, there's no, when you're that close to the water, you're gonna hit the sand.
I see. So in other words, you can't possibly be that deep right there.
Yeah.
So I mean, some things do drop off quickly in the ocean anyway. But
No, they're right at the.
Yeah, I mean,
it was all for the photo technique.
Sure. Yeah, I got you. Is that a nude? No, that's a cool map of a tic-tac-toe, of optimal tic-tac-toe solutions.
Is that a nude?
It's mostly the yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind live streaming playing chess. That'd be fine. I could open up like a chess game where David Sanderson does chess and invite a succession of people to play against me, and I probably win some, lose some. I'm not a particularly good chess player, but I do like the game. I kind of find it fun. It's a weird game. I've always been intrigued by it. My dad taught it to me when I was a little kid, and then I played with my friend Dave Porter or some. I played with Chris Morrow. Chris Morrow was always better at it than I was, and I've concluded in retrospect, thinking back to my childhood, that I'm pretty sure Chris Morrow was an ISFP. He was my best friend, like pretty much all the way through high school. And we even went to the same college, and we're still friends in college somewhat for a while, but we've drifted apart. We didn't have any falling out. He moved to Northern California. I'm down here. I haven't seen him in like 20 years or something. Of course, the one person who always keeps up with everybody, the person who, informed me about Charlie because he had gone to visit him, and then he learned that Charlie had killed himself. But the person who keeps touch with Chris Moore, keeps in touch with me, is my ISFJ friend Dave Porter. He's maintaining those old timey relationships.
Incredible.
Yeah. And so every once in a while I get an update on Chris Morrow from Dave. And I did talk to him one time on the phone, maybe a few years ago. I just want to talk to him. It's like, I haven't talked to you in 30 years or something. More like 20, I guess, at the time. Maybe 25, I don't know. And it was interesting, but it satisfied my desire to talk to him. It's like I didn't feel any great need to reignite the relationship more seriously or something.
That's what I always hoped for with like Jen and the ISFP that we were friends with. Like, I always just hoped that they would at least just talk again, because they were very heavily influencing each other with music, and in a really good way. They were like good friends for a long time, and to kind of like break up a friendship over like such a small thing. I mean, I know you can't tell like ENTPs what to do, but I don't think that it wasn't ill intentioned.
It doesn't sound to me like Jen is a particularly it sounds like she's got some damage or something.
Yeah, there is.
So Darren Sieberts, I disagree with you completely. I think that's exactly wrong. I mean, I don't know for sure, and maybe I believe TE users are generally better at chess than TI users.
Yes.
For sure. But it's also the case that I think Magnus, whatever his name is, Magnus Carlsen, is probably an ISTP just on my read off of him. So, but of course, that'd be 5th slot TE still, which is an absolute value and a very powerful sort of autopilot thing. But regardless, I think TE users are better. For example, David Sanderson, he's a TE user. Do I ever rage quit in chess? No, I don't typically get very emotional about chess. I at some point recognized that I would never be better than mediocre at it, and that's fine. I still like to play it. It's still fun, and I don't care if I win or lose, really. I mean, I think NITE is the best way to play chess. NITI would work too, potentially, if you're an ISTP. I think NE is the worst kind of function to use in chess. And NETI tries to do it like this. Okay, well, if he moves there and I move there, then he'll go there and get that guy, and then I'll go there and get that guy, and then NI doesn't try to parse it out brute force like that. They go, I need to control the middle of the board or something.
Yeah, I do. I think I try to focus on myself mostly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't try to figure out what the person's next move is going to be at all. I mean, I do, but I'm thinking mostly.
Right. I don't think about what the other person's. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I do think about it. I do a bunch of conditionals in my head. But the thing is, it's kind of nice when you have a time thing, because then I am compelled to use more of my NI, I guess. Can't you use NI, NE, TITE concurrently? Okay, well, how one attends via those functions depends on what slots they're in. So, for example, my extroverted intuition relies on an autopilot version of introverted intuition that knows enough about what is to begin working on off of it something new, or to begin concluding from it what's not. If you're in any DOM, that NI is going to be very autopilot, like I said. Can you use it concurrently? It doesn't really work like that. It's more like all right, well, let me give you an example. There's a song we're listening to yesterday called Bang, Bang, Bang. The lyrics to that. Let me look up the lyrics to that.
So put your best foot forward and bang, 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 bang. That was a bang, 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 bang. Well, bang.
Okay, so I get up, I get down, and I'm jumping around, and the rumpus and ruckus are comfortable now. Been a hell of a ride, but I'm thinking it's time to grow, he says, instead of go. Okay. So that's an example of him using extroverted intuition off of the obvious thing. One's naturally going to assume he's going to say go in that circumstance. But the thing is, he doesn't want to do the same thing. He doesn't want to do the intuitively obvious choice. So he goes and says grow instead. It rhymes with the word you expect, but it's a little bit different. They might be giants. In the song called, I don't remember what the name of the song is, but it goes, I built a little empire out of some crazy garbage called the blood of the exploited working class. And they're calling me your highness, and the world screams, kiss me, son of God. I look like Jesus, so they say, but Mr. Jesus is very far away. I'm the only one here who can tell me if it's true that you love me and I love me. So that's an example of, now you're the only one here who can tell me if it's true. Or so I think it says, I'm the only one here who can tell me if it's true that you love me and I love me. So that's NE that's relying on NI knowing the obvious thing. And then switching it up to be surprising. So when you say, can you use NE and NI concurrently? Well, it's not a matter of using things, right? It's Rachel is a knower, so she will know what concludes a given thing. If I say, and most people can do this sort of thing to some, in some way, but you go, I've always wondered what you'd finally say if I would ask you if you liked my hat, but I must have asked you on an awful day because you just looked at me and said, meow, meow. What goes there? You're fat, right? Or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's the obvious conclusion. NI can be experienced by simply things like that. If I give you a thing that has an obvious answer, then that's an example of you, quote unquote, using NI. But you're not really using it, are you? You've reflexively intuited the answer before you even knew what was going on. It was like, it's a knowledge function. It's received information. You didn't have to parse that out. You didn't have to go, okay, what's the most likely word that's going to go there or something like that. It's like, here's another example of any switching up on NI. Be nice and clean. And then, that song, shaving cream song. Fall in a pile of shaving cream. Shaving cream, be nice and clean. Shave every day and you'll always look keen. Our baby fell out of the window. You'd think that her head would be split, but good luck was with her that morning. She fell in a barrel of shaving cream. Be nice and clean. Shave every day and you'll always look keen. It's also this same strategy is applied to Mrs. Landers was a health nut. She cooked food in a wok. Mr. Harris was her boyfriend. He had a great big cock-a-doodle-doodle. The rooster just won't quit. And I don't want my breakfast because it tastes like Shih Tzus make good house pets. They're cuddly and sweet. Monkeys aren't good to have because they like to beat their meeting in an office. A meeting in the hall. The bossy wants to see you so you can suck his balls. Zach was a writer. He lived with Alan Funt. Mr. Roberts didn't like him, but that's because she's a contaminated water. Can really make you sick. Your bladder gets infected and your blood comes out. Your dictate what I'm saying because it will bring you luck. And if you all don't like it, I don't give a flying fuck.
That's a great song.
As sung by Wendy from South Park.
Wow.
All right.
That's so, I love Wendy. She's my favorite.
I wasn't making a poem for Razor M. I weren't making a poem for no one. Poems make me. I'm in Soviet Russia. In Soviet Russia, you don't make poems. Poems make you. So we're coming up on 2 hours here, but about time that normally I would think maybe wrap it up. What type is Cartman? I don't know. An asswipe? He's just an asshole? I don't know. All right. I'm going to call it a day here. A fairly poorly attended live stream.
No, I got up to 20.
Not up to 20, but it's fairly poorly attended. All right. Have a good day, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for being here. I appreciate your attendance.
Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese.